So, welcome back to Miami, I think. What's going on, Canes fans? Welcome to another transfer portal update video. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, this one specifically does not have any departures. This is actually talking about a guy who was planning on entering the portal and has now since changed his mind. And then we're going to talk about some players that Miami has officially offered, some visits that are currently set up, and then just a pair of guys that might fall on the wish list for some players that we would hope that Miami could bring in. So in my last video, we talked about the Washington brothers, both Bobby and Robbie, entering the transfer portal. And it turns out that Robbie is going to stay in the portal. So this was the guy who primarily wanted to play wide receiver, tried to make cornerback work, couldn't really crack the starting rotation in either position group. But his brother, Bobby, the linebacker, has now changed his mind and decided that he's going to stay. So that's right. The brothers have decided to split up. And I think there's just more opportunities available on the team coming up in 2025 for the linebacker position for Bobby. Obviously, with him being one of the fastest linebackers in the room, there could be a chance here for him to earn some playing time with some of the guys that are going to be leaving. And then with Robbie, you know, that wide receiver group is kind of tough with the returning guys. Plus, you know, they're still going to attack the portal probably with that position. So he wouldn't have as many opportunities. So Bobby is officially staying. His brother Robbie had tweeted about it online. So we did see that confirmation. He said, hey, it's your time to eat, your time to shine at Miami. So Bobby is coming back and he's going to be playing for Miami in 2025. Now, as far as some official visits and offers go, Miami has offered FIU wide receiver Eric Rivers, and he does have a visit scheduled, and it's actually coming up this weekend. This guy had 1,172 yards and 12 touchdowns in 2024, and I'm talking this guy had multiple 100-plus yard receiving games. At one point, I think he had almost 300 in a game. And regardless of, you know, the level of competition, that's pretty awesome to see. This dude puts up big numbers. And 2025 would be his third year at the college level, so he does bring some experience. And he's roughly 5'11", 174 pounds. So for this guy, this is someone who you say, could this be an Xavier Restrepo replacement maybe? Now, you want to see competition. You still have guys like Ray and Nye Carr here, and you want to see these guys be developed. But obviously, with those skill position groups, someone who could come in and make an immediate impact, almost kind of guaranteed, you're always going to keep the door open and explore those options, as we've seen Mario Cristobal do here at Miami. Now, the issue here with this guy, and I say issue, it's not an issue, but this guy is going to want to come in, play one more year, and probably try to go to the NFL. So he is going to want a good quarterback. So for Miami, is that going to be one of these guys that have been on the team? You know, Emery or Judd, or, you know, people talk about some of these incoming freshmen. I don't know necessarily that would be the case, that they would earn a starting role. Or is it going to be a portal quarterback again in 2025? We're not going to talk about quarterbacks in this video, but trust me, there's definitely some interesting options in there already. Transfer portal is going crazy as expected, and we'll do a separate video in the future specifically talking about just quarterbacks. It's worth an entire episode, but the FIU wide receiver Eric Rivers is going to visit. And also talking trenches here for a moment, defensive tackle Keyshawn Silver from Kentucky. The 6'4", 336-pound former 5-star recruit will also visit Miami. He's going to be visiting on Wednesday, so depending on when you're watching this, he's at Miami possibly right now or just finished up a visit. But keep in mind that he has already visited Florida, and he's also going to check out USC and Michigan. This guy's a great run stopper, and it's at a position where you love to have depth. He would have 1 year of eligibility remaining. And again, Miami has offered and he is going to visit. Now, as far as a couple of guys that I don't know if they're going to visit yet, it's possible, but Miami has definitely offered these guys. Offensive tackle Kendall Stanley from the Charlotte 49ers. This guy is 6'5", roughly 290 pounds, and has 3 years of eligibility left. I love it when some of these guys have multiple years of eligibility remaining, so they're not just a one and done. And this is someone that the staff likes, the 6'5", the 290. So this is a guy that does have an official offer from Miami. Another offensive lineman here with an offer, Wendell Moe Jr., 6'2", 339 pounds, a former 3-star from the Arizona Wildcats. Has a lot of experience. This guy started 11 games and has 2 years of eligibility remaining. Now, just like with many of these guys, there's some competition here. Auburn also wants him. They're trying to set up a visit with him if he hasn't done that already. There's a guy from Purdue, a guy on the defensive side of the ball that a lot of people want, and some others. But one that is definitely generating some attention would be cornerback Charles Brantley. This guy from Michigan State, a Florida native. 27 total tackles, 7 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions in 2024. And here's the best part. He has lots of experience. 2025 will be his 5th year playing college football, and we know Miami needs corners. People have said, if you are going to take that money, apply it to the defensive side of the ball. Give me corners, give me safeties, give me linebackers. Bring in some guys on the defensive side of the ball, some dogs, some playmakers. And this guy has the experience. He's around 6 foot even, 170 pounds. And fortunately, but unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, is going to be a top target for his position group in the transfer portal. But we know that Miami is not afraid to spend the money, so that's not necessarily a scary thing. And again, being a Florida native, outside of maybe some other Florida schools approaching him, maybe he wants to come back to the state of Florida and finish out his college career playing some football. But other than that, to wrap up this quick little update video, I did want to show you that Ahmad Moten put out an official post on social media with a little graphic here that says, "Run it back." So he will be returning for his 4th season at Miami in 2025 and will be playing as a Miami Hurricane again. So that's really all I've got for you in this one. I kind of just went off the rip here. Typically, I have a lot of notes in front of me that I can refer to. That's not the case for this one, just kind of quick fire. Just wanted to update because I know in my previous video, we dove in and talked about Robbie and Bobby and the impact of those 2 guys leaving. And now it turns out that one of them is going to stay unless he changes his mind. And then there's a large portion of the fan base that has ran to social media and they're trying to convince Robbie to stay, his brother, trying to keep the brothers at Miami. I don't know that it's going to happen because it just really doesn't seem like he's going to be able to start, just given the competition that he's up against. Not saying he's not a good football player. I think he is and can be, but he didn't really earn a lot of playing time, well, none as far as I know, in 2024. Didn't record any stats. And again, if you factor in the guys that are already here, plus if Miami does attack the portal, just way more opportunities for his brother to potentially play. And he could still change his mind. Bobby, the one that said he was going to go in the portal and now says he's staying, and then could turn around and go right back in the portal again. I wouldn't expect that. However, it's not the craziest thing to happen with this transfer portal stuff. So do not count that out. And it's why we got to do almost daily videos on this thing, because guys are popping in and out. There's, it goes crazy. It's absolutely insane. But I think soon we're going to do that quarterback wish list, talk about it. And don't worry, we're also going to talk about, do you focus on Emory Williams and the guys that are already on the team and not bring in a portal QB this next season? We will discuss all of it. We'll break it down and talk about it. Let me know in the comments, maybe a couple of wish list players for you that you've seen on social media. You're watching the portal tracker, the names dropping in there. Let me know some guys that you would like to see set up a visit with Miami, maybe for Miami to offer them, some guys that you feel like the Canes need. Let me know. Don't be shy. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.